You are from Turbat. So let's
Yes, sir.
start. Let me start by asking you about your town. Tell us about Turbat.
Sir, Turbat is the second largest city of Balochistan. It has a population of around 237,000 people and has a literacy rate of around 49.7%. It has one of the highest literacy rates in the province. As far as the climate of the city is concerned, it has a very warm climate. As far as the World Meteorological Organization data is concerned, in the year 2017, it reached a temperature of around 53.2 degrees centigrade, which was the hottest and the world's fourth hottest temperature ever recorded. It has many archaeological sites like the Miri Kalat, also known as the Punno Port, and it has also like vibrant.
Please look at the camera when you are talking. जो आपका
sir.
कैमरा है उसमें देख के आपने बात करनी है.
Okay, sir.
You have mentioned archaeological ruins in Turbat. Which are
Yes.
these ruins?
Sir, there is Punno Port, also known as Miri Kalat, which is around 15 kilometers from the city. It is very much known in the local area because of the love story of Sassi and Punno. Apart from that, we also have a fort in Buleda, which is also which has the ruins of the late kings and the rulers that were operating at that time. As Turbat itself lies in Makran, which was a princely estate and was at that time the provincial, rather the capital of that princely estate.
Talking about archaeological ruins, what can you tell us about Mehergarh? The ancient
Sir,
civilization of Mehergarh.
So, Mehergarh is one of the archaeological ruins that is like crown in the Pakistani archaeological sites. It is also believed that it is older than the Indus Valley civilization, and it is around 50, I think, kilometers from Quetta, and there are the ruins that have been date from prior to the Indus Valley civilization. Even it is believed that the population that started residing in Balochistan initially started coming from the Mehergarh civilization.
Your father's surname is Moosa.
Yes, sir.
I give you 1 minute. Tell us about Hazrat Moosa.
Sir, Hazrat Moosa alayhi salam, he is one of the prophets of the Allah the Almighty, who was to the people of at that time to like inculcate the values of the Islamic tradition. Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, his brother Hazrat Harun alayhi salam, he was also a prophet, and it is known that that when in the Egypt, it was like the idol worshipping was very much at that time very at the peak of the idol worshipping at Egypt. It passed through the Nile. What is very distinguishing part of it is that with the help of the stick, he like cut it into two parts and passed through the Nile, and later on the Islamic values started culturing, and it helped in the spread of the Islamic values in Egypt at that time.
All right, beta, tell me about what you know about Rakodik.
Okay, so sir, Rakodik is a gold and copper mine project. It is now operated by Meteorological Corporation of China, and it is believed that it has huge deposits of copper, gold, and iron ore. And MCC has been operating in the Rakodik since the year 2017, and the Balochistan gets around 30% royalty to it. 20% is given to the federal government, where the 50% is taken by the Chinese MCC company.
Is Barrick Gold a Chinese company?
No, sir, I'm not aware, but I've read about MCC that is operating in.
बेटे Chinese कहाँ से आ गए इसमें? Your contract is with a company called Barrick Gold. It's an Austrian company.
Prior 2017, it was operated by MCC. So I'm sorry about it, sir.
You have mentioned Godfather as one of your favorite books.
Yes, sir.
Sum up the story of Godfather in 1 minute.
So Godfather is like a classic drama by Moji Piso. where he talks about the gang world, and at that time, like in America, we had Dawn, but primarily it revolves around the family-centric issues, where a family feels that they have been like sort of threatened by their own most known people, and then they tend to take the revenge of it. But what really intrigued me about this book was the verdict, one of the verdict that was given in Pakistan, that started with a quotation that was from the book Godfather, that behind every great wealth, yeah, every great fortune, there is crime. So this book revolves around that, and it really taught me that sometimes you have to wait for the greater things to achieve. You need to have that momentum, you need to have that composure, and also that at the end of the day, even if there's a violence, if you're spreading violence, you automatically get engulfed in it. So it really helped me understand that if you do something, it resonates back, and through that book I did get that message too. So
all right, who is Kulbhushan Yadav?
Sir, Kulbhushan Yadav is a Spanish that was captured in the Iranian side of the Iranian border of the Turbat. He was captured in the year 2017, I think, and he was believed to be operating in Balochistan, and he was also involved in funding and in sort of revitalizing the insurgents at Balochistan. He was basically from India.
What is the Me Too movement? And are women
So,
in Pakistan getting a fair deal?
Sir, has the word itself says "me too." It is like it was a cry from the women throughout, from the different walks of country in the year. It started in the year in 2030. It is a movement that was initially started by educated and sort of very people from the affluent background, but the Me Too movement then after it started garnering praises from every nook and part of the country, especially from the women who are trying to achieve their rights and achieve their political and economic and social status in the country. So Me Too movement has definitely raised some sort of eyebrows, because the slogans raised were not something that were conventional to the very structure of the country, were not very lauded at that time, but it definitely has created that mobilization force. As far as achievement is concerned, then we do have seen that there has been legislative changes, and we have seen that the women in the country have been very vocal about it, and it has given that platform. While it is like accused of being very westernized in its approach, and the Eastern forces in the country are not very appreciative of it, but I do see it as something that is an initial moment. It can have its like turbulences, but for me,
Okay. Let's move on. Tell the panel who has been the longest serving female prime minister in world history.
also.
नहीं मालूम, कोई बात नहीं. Talk to us about Allama Iqbal's concept of Mard-e-Momin.
Sir, Allama Muhammad Iqbal was a visionary, not only being a poet, he himself had read philosophy and the mystical sciences. He said that Mard-e-Momin is a man who realizes that he is Khudi. Now, what is Khudi? Khudi is this realization that you as a person are the vicegerent of God on earth, and you have to have that ishq, you have to have that realization. Once you have that realization, then that person who has that realization is known as Mard-e-Momin, and his major or the sole initiative then would be to collect the Ummah as a whole, and then to tackle the issues of the Ummah and work for the welfare of the people, because he was of the view that the politics and the religion cannot be really separated. The Western concept of the liberalization and the secular concept do not really apply to the Islamic Ummah.
Okay, my last question. How do you compare Allama Iqbal's Mard-e-Momin with Nietzsche's Superman?
Sir, Nietzsche's Superman, he gave the concept of Übermensch was something that was all-powerful, something that had like someone who had the power to do anything. But Mard-e-Momin was not somebody who would take individual decision. He was not someone who had that actual will, something that I would call the selfish needs. He was someone who would work for the commutative well of the all, and will try to do best for the people, not only for one's own selfish need or one's own centralization of power. Rather, that power, once is attained, is to be vested to the people and to be used for the well of the people. So,
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to pass on the mic to my colleague.
All right, Tooba.
yes, sir.
Which language does this word Tooba come from?
Sir, it is an Arabic word.
Is this word mentioned in the Holy Quran?
I think yes, sir. It mentions the name, also a name of a masjid, I think. And I was named when my grandfather was
No, my
with Hajj.
question is very simple. Is this word found in the Holy Quran or not?
I will not really want to guess on it, sir. I'm not sure about it.
Okay. You belong to Turbat.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me 3 or 4 words which rhyme with this word Turbat? Urdu words?
Sharbat, that I can first think
Sharbat.
of. And then Sharbat, Sohbat, and
Good. Gurbat and Kurbat.
Gurbat, sir.
Right. You studied from, this is Delta High School, Turbat. You did
Yes,
your
sir.
metric from Delta High School. What do you
Yes,
understand
sir.
by Delta? How will you
Sir,
define Delta?
Okay, sir. Sir, though Delta is itself a geographical term, but it is an acronym, which is Dynamic English Language Teaching Academy. So, if I'm asked about the geographical definition,
I'm asking you about every sense of the word.
Delta, we have also read in my majors in physics. So delta, it also shows a change. In mathematics, it also shows a change from one variable to the another variable. And delta is also a geographical term, which shows, I think, a water body. I'm not precisely aware about the exact definition of it, but it does show a geographical site where the water flows from one area or so. But as far as the delta as a symbol is concerned, so it shows the change of a variable. That change can be small, or that can be large.
Okay, delta is 4th letter of Greek alphabet.
Yes, sir.
And its shape is like the geographical delta. The area where a river enters a larger water body, ocean or sea or another river, right? So that is called delta.
Yes.
Anyways, you have studied this book, Godfather, huh? By Mario Puzo.
Yes.
Keep your friends close, but enemies closer. What does he want to say?
Yes, sir.
Explain.
Sir, Mario Puzo's book is like something that has endured the test of time. When he says that keep your friends close, but your enemy closer, it also shows that in the long run, the people who deceive you the most, the deception that you get is mostly from your friends. And when you keep your enemy closer, you can have the idea about their movement, their localization, what are they gonna do. But we have to have that watchdog, and it talks of that. Like in the book, we do see that the Don Corleone himself got deceived from his closest kin, from the people he was not really thinking of. But then, if we have that idea of our enemies, if we keep them very closer, so we do have the very idea.
Okay, let's go ahead. I am going to make him an offer he can't refuse. In the same book, he says.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain this quote?
Yes, sir. So it shows that the greed of the human nature, that anybody is willing to have a price tag attached to them. you have to have that substantial amount of money to just have that buyer, have that consumerism amount. Once you have that, it is very easy to just manipulate ideas, manipulate interest, and manipulate the people.
Okay, anyway, you have opted political science, gender studies among your optional subjects.
Yes, sir.
Coming to gender studies, what do you understand by reproductive health?
Sir, reproductive health is not a much talked of topic because it is considered taboo in our society. But reproductive health talks of that once you get intimate to somebody, there are some do's and don'ts that have to be looked up for the better health of a female, or even of a male. It talks of that lot of women in our country, they get UTI after their delivery. So it is because they are not really taught of what are the reproductive measures or reproductive precautionary things that have to be taken for your body that are really much required. Either it is your genitals or even your body parts as an all.
Okay, how will you explain the concept of body image in gender studies?
From the word that I can grasp is that maybe it is talking about the appearances that a person has, either that is feminine or the masculine, or the view that you perceive yourself of, right? Either if I do look feminine, maybe it's not something that I aspire to be. If the word that I'm able to grasp, sir.
How is a senator elected?
The senator election in Pakistan are through indirect election. Like we have reserved seat for senators. So the provincial assemblies, I think they nominate their senators, and through indirect election. The elections are not direct. It's not like the population or the electorate are directly voting for the senators. They're indirectly selected on the different bases. Like we have seats for the technocrats, we have seat for the minorities. So the election is mostly on the party basis.
How many Senate seats are allocated to each province?
23, sir.
Okay, and what is the total strength of the electoral college of the President of Pakistan?
Total strength?
Yes.
I'm not aware, but I think it comprises of the provincial, national, and the Senate, but total number I cannot recall right now, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Tooba.
Thank you so much.
Tooba Moosa,
Yes, sir.
you are currently working as an assistant in SNGAD. Since when?
Sir, 14th February 2023.
2023 से आप काम कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. So it's been 2 years exactly.
24, sir. Sorry, sir. 2024. I cleared the test in 2023, but I assumed the charge on 14th February 2023.
Which department are you posted in right now?
Local government, sir.
Local government. Which constitutional provision deals with the
Yes, sir.
local government?
So Article 140 and 32A.
एक बताएं मुझे कहाँ पे क्रिएट होती है? 140 तो
Article
एडवोकेट
140,
जनरल
sir.
की प्रोविजन है. Office of the Advocate General is created through Article 140.
Sir, I have Article 140 and 32A, sir.
So how do local governments generate their revenue? Where do they get the funding from? Since they are the third independent tier of the government.
Sir, as far as the Constitution is concerned, then the revenue generation had to be from the municipality or the local tiers. Either it is through education, like the Local Government Act of 2021 did elaborate on that it can do taxing on the local level, either education taxes. But I think that for now it is given by the provincial government. There is a set amount of revenue that is given to the provincial
Tax
government.
on education?
No, sir.
Does our
Sir,
constitution allow that?
no,
Taxing
sir, but
education?
no. Like on health, on tools, and I think I did read about it in 2021, Local Government Act of 2021, that the revenue generation had to be from the basic services that they provide. It did empower it, but as
So
for
if the
now,
provincial government, Tuba, yahin pe ruk jaओ. So if the provincial government is funding the local government, do you think in turn the local government would be autonomous? Don't you believe it defeats the very purpose?
Yes, sir. The autonomy is questioned because they are not able to generate their own revenue. So therefore, the local governments are really not operative in letter and spirit in Balochistan, even in any part of the country.
Okay, all
So-
right, Tuba. Let's stop here. Are you a
Okay, sir.
Baloch? Which
Yes, sir.
nation are you from?
Sir, Mirwani.
Hmm?
Mirwani, sir.
मीरवानी किस एरिया से हैं बलूचिस्तान के मीरवानी बेसिकली?
Sir, basically, so my forefathers are from the Kalat division, but we had come migrated to the Makran division primarily because of the education and all. And Mirwani tribe itself is Brahvi speaking tribe, but later on through ages we have started speaking Balochi too, and now I speak
So
only
that's
Balochi.
what I was asking. You said they are Balochis, but don't now you're saying they are Bravis as well?
No, sir. We trace our root from Mir Bijar Khan Mirwani, who is also believed to be the first Khanat of the Khan of Kalat. Like he was the ruler of Kalat. But by times we started migrating from the different part from Kalat to the different part of the provinces. Now we are settled in Turbat, so we speak Balochi. All of my family does speak in Balochi.
All right. Okay. आपने बैचलर्स किस चीज में किया? You did not mention. You only mentioned you did your bachelor's from Punjab University.
Physics, sir.
फिजिक्स में किया आपने.
Yes, sir.
आपने अपने फॉर्म में लिखा है, giving one of the reasons to join civil service, it shall help me to push my thresholds.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you really talking about your thresholds, or were you trying to refer to your limits?
Sir, threshold, I would say, because as a person, you know that where do you lag? These are things that you cannot really excel if you are in your comfort zone. These are things
Lagging,
that
यहाँ पे एक मिनट ठहर जाए तुबा. Lagging
जी.
is basically a limitation.
Yes, sir.
Whereas you have mentioned it shall help you to push your threshold.
Yes, sir.
These are two totally different things in a personality.
Yes,
Anyhow,
sir.
I've seen that you like to use jargon in your profile, so perhaps you need to reconsider the choice of words over here. So
Okay,
आगे
sir.
चलते हैं. What is happening with Panama Canal?
Sir, Panama is like itself a sovereign country. So US, after when the Trump resumed power, he is claiming that he owns the Panama Canal because it is like hub of the trading and all. But the Panama itself has this stance that the Panama Canal belong to the Panama itself. But the Trump is of the opinion that since it has been developed by the Trumps, by the Americans, so it belonged to the Americans. And I think in the time of Torricelli, they had that sort of agreement. After that was given to them, but he's again reclaiming it to be of the American use and American property.
A number of memorandum of understanding have been signed between Pakistan and Turkey in the past 2 days during the visit of the Turkish president. Can you identify the 5 major areas that have been explored, discussed, and decided upon?
Sir, I have not really come across it.
You haven't come across it is one of the most important developments. So before coming to Pakistan, Turkish president undertook 2 other very important visits. What were those countries which he visited prior to coming to Pakistan? Have you heard of carrots and sticks strategy?
Yes, sir.
So when you were talking about Mario Puzo's statement that I shall make you or make him an offer he cannot refuse. Was he referring to carrots
Yeah.
or sticks?
Sir, both depending on the condition.
चले, वैसे carrots and sticks strategy क्या है?
It's like reward and punishment strategy. Like you are giving something that lures you as a person, and if you are going to accept it or fine, otherwise there will be the coercive measures that are going to be used.
Okay, so do you support unitary form of government for Pakistan?
I do not support, sir.
Why not?
Sir, the primary reason is that like Pakistan has a very diverse demography. Along with that, the different local cultures have been grooming in the country for long. If we have one centralized power, then the sort of agitation that does exist in the country right now, they are like gonna pop up with greater intensity and with graver intensity. So for a diverse country like Pakistan, like we have a province where we have like the insurgents movements going on, another province we have another sort of issues and the terrorism issue that is going on. So in this sort of dynamics, I really do not support any sort of unitary form of government.
But don't you think, jo aapne bola, this is exactly the reason why, because the gap between the center and the federating units, where the federating units blame the center and vice versa many a times, it would bring unison and greater, bring them closer. Look at United Kingdom, it is doing very well.
The United Kingdom is a homogeneous country. We are not so homogeneous in not even in culture, not even in
Is it really
demography.
homogeneous?
To an extent, yes, sir. UK is. We are not. So comparing the dynamics of the UK to Pakistan will not really work. Like we did try with the in 1955, we made two units. We made an Eastern unit and a Western unit. It did
Tuba,
not
I
really
get your
go.
point. My last question. If
Okay,
you
sir.
were to recommend some constitutional reforms, especially keeping in view the challenges or the needs or requirements of your own province, Balochistan, what would those reforms or amendment be in the constitution?
Okay, sir. So, as far as the constitution is concerned, I think we do have enough for the people. The problem is in the relegation of it. Like if apart from the constitution, if I'm told, then I would say that we need to have the delivery of governance in the province. It is
Aapne mere
not that
question, if you think there is no need for any reform, you should simply say that. Implementation की तो मैंने आपसे बात ही नहीं की. Thank you, Tuba. Sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, Tuba. Better the interview is over.
जी sir.
थोड़ा थोड़ा हम बताएंगे आपको हमने आप में क्या देखा आपको क्या पाया मेरा एक
जी
सवाल
sir.
है पहले What
जी.
is the temperature in Turbat right now?
Sir, it has been rising to around 30. I'm not sure about the exact, but it has been rising to 30.
13
32,
degrees.
sir. 30,
अगर
sir,
30
not 30.
30 तो नहीं हो सकता बेटे
Sir, it has increased. Like it is very warm.
Now what I've seen in you is a good turnout. आपका ड्रेस कोड माशाल्लाह अच्छा है जो हमें यहाँ से जो भी ऑब्जर्व हम कर पा रहे हैं You remained composed and confident throughout the interview. और मुझे ये देख के खुशी हुई कि on certain issues you engaged the panel very well and spoke with a good degree of conviction. कोई मुझे pronunciation के या grammar वगैरह के issues नजर नहीं आए. Good volume, style of delivery आपका माशाल्लाह अच्छा है. ये सारे आपके plus points हैं. The way you held the ground and the way you conducted yourself. I see good potential in you and I see no reason why you should not be selected. सिर्फ दो पॉइंट्स हैं जो मैं आपको बताना चाह रहा हूं जहां आप देख लीजिए इम्प्रूवमेंट अगर हो सकती है क्योंकि अभी आपके पास कोई 10 दिन हैं नंबर एक यू शुड बी वेरी श्योर ऑफ योर फैक्ट्स व्हेन यू आर डिस्कसिंग समथिंग वेयर यू आर नॉट श्योर तो आप गलत फिगर्स ना दें मिसाल के तौर पर रेकोडिक में आप चाइना ले आए 50% चाइना चाइना ये कर रहा है चाइना चाइना तो दूर दूर नहीं है कहीं रेकोडिक में
Actually, I think I've not updated my information. जो मैंने 2017 की एक रिसर्च आर्टिकल पढ़ी थी।
बेटा वो तो देखो ना, जो हमने सुना देखा, हमने तो कमेंट्स उसी पे करने हैं ना।
यस सर, सॉरी सर।
नंबर टू नोट किया, बावजूद आपने जो अच्छे जवाब दिए उसके बावजूद कहीं कहीं गैप्स हैं। मिसाल के तौर पे मैंने आपसे हजरत मूसा पे कहा बोलो, फिर बाद में मेरे कुलीग ने आपसे 10 कमांडमेंट्स की बात की। तो हजरत मूसा का सबसे बड़ा रोल तो ये है कि तौरात जो बुक है वो उन्हीं पे नाजल हुई और 10 कमांडमेंट्स उन्हीं पे नाजल हुए कोहेतूर पे। ये इतना बड़ा गैप था जो आप डायरेक्ट सवाल करने पे भी आप जवाब नहीं दे पाए। सो ये 2-3 मैं मिसालें सिर्फ दे रहा हूँ कि आपका, क्योंकि अभी टाइम है 10 दिन, आप इन चीज़ों को देख के इम्प्रूव कर सकते हो, राइट? अदरवाइज इन माय ओपिनियन यू आर एन एक्सीलेंट कैंडिडेट।
Thank you so
थैंक
much,
यू।
sir.
All right, Tuba,
Yes, sir.
you have a very good, impressive personality, very good conversational flow, and a very good knowledge base.
Thank you, sir.
The only thing which I would like to suggest to you is that you should be knowing more about your area.
Okay.
You live in a town which falls in Makran range, and you should be knowing that the length of Makran range is 1,000 kilometers. 750 kilometers falls in Pakistan, rest in Iran. And then again, your name Tuba, you should be knowing that ayat number 29, Surah Ar-Ra'd. This word in many other places also it has been mentioned. Okay, and another thing which I have noticed is that you tend to stretch the answer beyond the required limit, which sometimes render you deviate from the precise answer expected of you.
Okay.
So you need to be very precise and concise while answering the question. That is the only thing which I observed.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you are a very good candidate, and I'm sure, inshallah, you will make it, right?
Thank you so much, sir.
Tuba, all the good things and areas have been identified, but just to add a few things, in my own humble opinion,
Okay.
you appear to be a little low on energy. एक overly sullen look है. You can smile a little at times. ठीक है? इसमें थोड़ा सा जो नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन है, इंटरव्यू को आपके अंदर एक ज्यादा एक्सूबरेंस या एनर्जी शो करता है, क्योंकि अब हम आपको टीवी पे देख रहे हैं, आप सामने नहीं है, तो वी कैन नॉट रियली टेल हाउ इट वुड अपीयर इन पर्सन. अब कैमरा शायद बिल्कुल चेहरे पे होने की वजह से भी ऐसे फील हो सकता है, बट यू कैन स्माइल अ लिटिल. एंड क्योंकि थ्रू आउट आपने कैमरा रखा है, ऐसे हुआ है कि आपकी नजरें झुकी हुई थी. अब वी कुड नॉट टेल कि आप किधर देख रहे हैं, सो मैं आपके आई कांटेक्ट की बात नहीं कर सकता. आई कैन नॉट टॉक अबाउट योर हैंड मूवमेंट एज वेल. सो बट वैसे आपका पोस्चर ठीक है तुबा. थर्डली तुबा, करंट अफेयर्स. आपसे मैंने पनामा कनाल पे पूछा, आपने बताया बट वेरी लिमिटेड. Then I asked you about President Donald Trump's joint statement with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. हमारे लिए तो इस वक्त it's a very hot burning issue right now from foreign policy and national policy point of view. And you were not very well aware.
Yes,
so
sir.
that shows कि आपको अपने current affairs को update करने की जरूरत है. आपकी अभी डेट तो नहीं आई ना? 24th February, sorry. So still you have time. इसको आप देख लीजिएगा, ठीक है. तीसरा, आपकी जो प्रेजेंट जॉब है, आपने बताया ठीक कुछ चीज़ों पे लोकल गवर्नमेंट वगैरह के हवाले से, बट देन आई हैड टू डू द प्रॉम्प्टिंग एज वेल कि फंडिंग के हवाले से अगर सुबह आएगा तो क्या होगा. अपनी करंट जॉब को थोड़ा सा मजीद देख कर जाइएगा, एंड हाउ दैट एक्सपीरियंस shall come in handy for you with the group you aspire to join, उसको भी देखिएगा. एंड लास्टली, यू हैव गुड कॉन्वर्सेशन एबिलिटी. आप अच्छा बोल सकते हैं, आपकी आर्टिकुलेशन भी अच्छी डिसेंट है माशाल्लाह. दीज थिंग्स शैल हेल्प यू अ लॉट. जस्ट एड अ लिटिल एनर्जी. थोड़ा सा आवाज के उतार चढ़ाव को लेकर आए. वो बहुत ज्यादा मोनोटोन की तरफ जा रहा है मेरी नजर में.
Okay.
Given your
Can't be watched.
academics, हाँ, थोड़ा सा इसको
I
जरा
will
सा
watch.
ऊंचा बोलेंगी तो और अच्छा होगा. अभी I cannot talk
Yes,
about your
sir.
volume because आप mic पे हैं, हम speaker पे हैं, हम जितना मर्जी ऊंचा
Yes,
कर लें.
sir.
So I do not know about your actual tone of voice. ठीक
Yes,
है?
sir.
So but overall,
जी
a
sir.
very good, impressive effort. इन चीजों को थोड़ा सा आप देख लें. You shall do very
जी
well,
sir.
inshallah. All right?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much,
much.
sir.